So before he picked up the pen in his 70s, our next guest was, in his own words here, a cranky, aging couch potato that was stuck in a rut.
But after visiting a writing conference of all things with his daughter, he wrote his first book at the young age of 81 years old. It's The Rogue's Road to Retirement, and Essex native George Ryder is here to show you how to grow old the same way we all grew up, raising hell, having fun, and giving your kids a little run for their money. George, thanks.
That's a great lead-in. Yeah. Actually, to be honest, I'm 82.
Oh, you're 82
I want to
now.
make sure that we get that, yeah.
Yeah, we just wanted to add on that a little bit.
So, how did writing change your life?
Well, I had to do something. When you retire, it's like you're on a speedboat and you're racing through the water, and all of a sudden the engine conks out on you, and you slow down, and then you're adrift. That's basically how I got to where I was such a pain in the neck around the house that my wife said, you got to do something. So
then your daughter took you to a writing conference. Tell us what happened there.
Well, I don't want to embarrass her. She's right over there.
That's all right. You can embarrass her.
I'm going to. She went to Trinity. She was junior 5A, 5 English awards and whatnot. And she decided, don't leave, Jen. She decided that she was going to go to the Southampton Writers Conference. And she nudged me she said, Dad, you've written a couple of things and, you know, whatever. Why don't you apply? And so I did also. I got in. She didn't.
Oh, man.
They waitlisted her. But that was the beginning of
your writing career.
Yeah, absolutely. I had written a couple of things before, and there's nothing like the elixir of acclamation to get your blood boiling again. And I had written, I have red hair, and every once in a while I'd see something on television or in the New York Times, and I'd get mad and write a letter to the editor. And when I got one of them printed in the New York Times, I figured maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, maybe there's a gift.
So we got out to the writers' conference. Jenny did get in, and we had a wonderful time. And I had the opportunity to take courses with Roger Rosenblatt, who's one of the funniest people I've ever met. What a talent. And then Frank McCourt, I took 2 years with Frank McCourt.
Okay, and then after that, you published your own book. Tell us about the book a little bit and how it's kind of helped seniors along with their life.
Well, it's a compilation of a bunch of stories, and they reached critical mass as I wrote them. And somehow they began to sort themselves each into categories. And very, very good friends of ours, David Friend, who wrote the blurb. I don't know if you had a chance to see the blurb, but it's hilarious. It's on the cover. He and his wife is president of Putnam Books for Kids, and he's the number 5 on the masthead of Vanity Fair. So they rent our beach house, and they have for the past, I guess, 15 years. So he saw something, and then Nancy chipped in, and between Nancy, Jenny, and David.
So it's never too late, really, ultimately, is the story here.
Yeah, and you got to have a little Irish look in you, too.
Which you seem to have, but it wasn't always like that, because you were a struggling actor at one point in your life, right?
I was struggling to get back to it, but in the meantime, I had prostate cancer, and then I had a hip operation. And the other things that I tried to do, real estate, I was not Donald Trump. We figured that out pretty quick. And one thing led to another, and I took up the acting thing. That stroke of luck again. We have a beach house over on Fire Island. And to get to Fire Island from Bayshore, Long Island, is a half-an-hour ferry ride. And I always ride on the top deck, no matter what the weather.
Even in the rain?
It was terrible, rainy, blowy. Okay. Oh, God, it was awful. And all of
why
a
he
sudden,
wears the
out of the
hat.
hatch came this attractive redhead. So there were 2 of us on the top deck. And when we got to Fair Harbor, Fire Island, point of call, it was so bad that her husband didn't show up with a wagon. and there's one bar in town right near the dock. So in we went. I ordered up a pitcher of margaritas, and she called her husband and said, "I'll be home later, dear." Boom.
Oh, so you're quite the ladies' man then.
Well, I don't know if the ladies would agree. I'm a legend in my own mind.
I don't know about that.
But it's great. You have a lot of advice for seniors in your book, and we can find it just about anywhere. Thank you so much for coming here today.
Well, it's just wonderful to be here, and my advice, one, you got to be doing something every day, no matter what. And when you retire, you have the luxury of doing what you really want to do. You don't have a boss, you're the boss. So, you know, you wake up that first morning and the whole world is there.
So you got to stay busy. You got to stay active.
Make the best of
For
it.
two reasons. One, your wife or your husband, depending upon which, might get so damn mad to have you underfoot.
Yeah. You don't want that to happen. Maybe one of the things that we can do is cook to stay active. And we run out of time, so we got to head on over to the kitchen to cook a little bit. Maybe we'll save some food for you, George. Thanks.